What's going on, guys? How we all doing? All right, my name is Jason Joseph. This is another Sixers podcast episode with JJ. I hope you're all having yourselves an awesome day so far. Before we dive into all the action with the Sixers, I just want to remind you guys to make sure that you make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon as well. Also, if you want to follow JJ on all the social media platforms, okay, the link tree is listed down below in the description area. And you can also, if you click on the link tree, not only can you follow me on all my social media platforms, but if you want to donate to the channel, okay, you don't have to donate or anything like that, but I'm just saying if you would like to donate to the channel and, contribute and, extend this family, make sure that you check out my PayPal and also my Venmo accounts on here as well. All right, so with that being said, let's talk about the Sixers because, to be honest with you, yesterday I was actually kind of disgusted with what I heard from Daryl Morey from the press conference, and I kind of wanted to just talk a little bit about it. First of all, Daryl was in a really tough spot because the team hasn't exceeded, okay, their expectations, and we as fans, we as people that even are a part of the media, we are very hypocritical when it comes to the Sixers because they lost, and they just haven't been able to get over that hump, losing in the second round. So Daryl was kind of put into a little bit of a tough spot. I just think that overall, it would have been really nice to hear, just from his perspective, listen, fans, we want to apologize to you guys. We know that we haven't gotten past the second round. And we're going to try to put the team in the best position possible to win a championship. Make it more about the fans. Make it more personal. I understand he's not necessarily the best at dealing with, the media in that sense. But when Howard Eskin, a great reporter for 94 WIP, he asks a lot of tough questions. Of course, that's what he's always been known for. Howard actually raised a really good point yesterday and asked him, what do you tell ownership when it comes to your job being on the line, if it is? That's essentially what he asked him. And Daryl said, I tell them that it's really hard to win a championship and that we're really trying our best to put our first foot down and that it's hard to win in this league. But I think that I can, help contribute. He said that constructing this team has basically been, just about putting together a lineup that can help win, a championship and help go far. Are they better than they were before? Technically speaking, yes, but that's just not what you want to hear, especially when it's 2.5 days after when the Sixers lost. You don't want to hear that all the time. You know what I'm saying? You didn't get the job done. You all fell short. So I don't want to hear that, we have gotten better. Oh, we actually are not only have we gotten better, but we've gotten these guys and these guys and these guys, and we've added some more personnel off the bench. Okay, the end result is that you lost in the second round. I don't care if you got better. That's kind of like me saying, I can't really think of an analogy, but we tried, we did a better at doing certain steps along the way, but we still failed that goal. That's basically what he's saying, and I don't want to hear that from him. Especially when it comes to just, his whole press conference and what he has to say 2 days after they lose. That's just not what I want to hear. I want to hear that we're trying to put ourselves in a good position to win for years and years to come. And even though we have a lot of financial struggles or, that there's certain things that we necessarily can't get into or go into, I promise you, we are going to try to put the team in the best position to win. We have a goal in our mind. It's not to rebuild the whole roster. It's not to, go into this whole, rebuild mode or, whatever. We want to win, and we're going to try to find ways to do it. But if I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down swinging. Those are the types of things that I want to hear from my president of basketball operations manager because I'm frustrated, and I'm tired of losing in the second round, and I don't even know how I'm going to, put up with that for the next coming years. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I'm. That's just how my brain is wired right now, you know? So if you guys want to come on here and give your thoughts, I really would love to hear from you guys and hear what your thoughts are about Daryl Morey and just the state of the Sixers right now. But before I get to you guys, okay, first of all, join the Discord server. And if you want to join the voice chat and voice your opinion and have a conversation with me while I'm on here right now, please do so. The link is down below in the description area. Have a conversation with JJ. You know, and I'm going to get to your thoughts in just a second. And also, if you just want to chat on here, you can totally do that as well. But no, hop onto the Discord. I want to also get into the whole Doc Rivers thing, because I think that a lot of people are kind of blowing this out of proportion with Joel Embiid being shocked. It was reported the night before that from Stephen A. Smith, that Joel was clueless that Doc was going to get fired. And Daryl said that he was shocked and elevated that. Joel, you didn't get the job done. Something has to change, okay? If you're happy, and I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying that he's happy where he's at right now. But something has to change. And it's a business at the end of the day. Okay, it's not all just for fun and games, just going to the second round and losing and doing that type of stuff. You have to try to find ways, if they want to build around you, if that's what their goal is, and I still believe that that's what they should do, even though some people think that they should trade you, and that's a whole nother conversation. But if the whole goal is to build around you, then they have to try to find ways to make you better and the rest of the team. So if Joel was shocked about that, I also have to tell you, Daryl, I feel like it should be his job, to talk to his star players and let them know, that this is going to happen. Now, with that being said, okay, when it comes to Mike D'Antoni being the new candidate, I don't know if that's going to work either. Because let's just say that James Harden walks. Let's just say he doesn't come back, and they get Mike D'Antoni. Is Mike D'Antoni going to try to find a way to give Joel Embiid a little bit more leeway? And is that playing style that he's going to provide, is that going to lead you to a championship? I'm just asking that right now, regardless of whether or not James Harden comes back. Now, if Harden does come back and Mike D'Antoni is the head coach, I'm just saying hypothetically speaking, I don't want James Harden to be the primary guy, the primary go-to guy. Because then Joel is going to suffer a setback, in my opinion. And I would rather build around Joel than James Harden. I'm still disgusted at what he didn't do in that final series. I understand that he had 2 great performances, but he also lost you the series. It comes down to that. He and the rest of the team lost the series. So, I don't know. I'm thinking a lot about Mike D'Antoni, and I'm thinking about these new head coaching candidates, and I just feel like that Daryl Morey has this love affair with James Harden and with Mike D'Antoni, and that's not a good look either. I don't see that working out really well, and it scares me. If their whole goal is to bring this whole thing back, you are going to have to find a way to trade Tobias Harris, figure out a good package for Tobias Harris, because you don't have any assets. And then you have to try to figure out which coaching candidate can deal with the egos the best. It's a lot easier said than done. There's so many ways that they can screw this up, and I am actually really nervous heading into this offseason because I know that there's going to be a lot of changes, but how do you deal with this the right way? Paul Reed might not even come back as the backup center because I've been hearing that he's been getting deals from other places. And then before I get to you guys, okay, because I want to hear what you guys have to say, my last thoughts that I want to get to are the Chris Haynes report that came out during the press conference yesterday about James Harden and how he was going to opt out of the rest of his 2-year deal. and that he wants a 4-year deal, max. First of all, that was a strategic move. That was an interesting marketing strategy to have that report come out while the press conference was going on, because I think that was actually interesting in a lot of ways, because Daryl's talking, and then since the conversation's being brought up, this just comes out. And the timing of that, I think, is just a little bit weird. But James is not worth the max. If Daryl brings James back and it's a max deal, we are screwed. You hear that? We are screwed. It's a fact. James Harden had a good regular season. He did. He played really well in the regular season, and I'll even give him this. Not only did he lead the league in assists, but he also did sacrifice his game so that Joel could get better, and he also made Maxey better too. But with that being said, he's, 33 years old right now? And if you sign him to a 4-year max deal, he'll be 37. And I don't want that on my team. We had a bad contract with Tobias Harris, and with Al Horford, we do not need another bad contract on here, man. We do not need another bad contract. And that scares me. Where do we go from here? If James does come back on the 4-year deal, can he be big during the biggest moments? I'm going to say no. But I hope if he does come back, and if Daryl Morey is truly in love with him, because I really feel like he is hypnotized by James Harden. And Harden's a good player. The problem is that he just didn't come up big when they needed him the most. He came up really, really small. Do I want that on my team for a max contract for 4 more years? Along with the age, along with the injuries. I don't. And it scares me. And it makes me actually pretty sick to my stomach as well. And then when Howard did ask him about the second round exits, Daryl actually had to interfere and say, I don't necessarily look at it as just a second round exit. We didn't reach the finals. You didn't make it out of the second round, my guy. It's been 5 years of the same thing over and over and over and over again. You never even made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Do you understand how as fans we're just tired and frustrated of being in the same spot over and over again? It's like we sound like a broken record. You didn't make it out of the second round. It's not that you didn't even make it to the finals. You didn't even make it out of the second round. That is what has to be emphasized. That's the more important thing to me. In order for you to even get to the championship, since you call yourself a math wizard, you have to get out of the second round. So when he had to make that point, that really ticked me off. Because I don't think he gets it. I don't. So with that, I want to hear what you guys have to say. We'll go to the phones if anybody is on here. If you guys want to hop on in, please join the Discord server. The link is down below. If you want to talk Sixers and if you want to come onto the voice chat, okay, make sure that you do that, because I really would love to hear your thoughts about the Sixers. And if you want to have a conversation with me and just give out your frustration, I'll listen to you vent, because that's what we do on here. When things are really frustrating and when things are exhausting and irritating, we vent on here. This is therapeutic for all of us. And if you just want to write, if you don't feel comfortable talking, comment down below in the chat. And I'll get to your thoughts about just the state of the Sixers and want to hear what you are thinking as we head into this offseason. Who would you trade for Tobias Harris? Is there anybody out there that we could get as a backup center if Paul Reed does walk. But I mean, like, those are little issues to me. I think that the bigger question is, if Daryl decides to run it back, are you going to be very mad, or are you willing to give this another chance? I think that the process era failed and that it should be blown up. But then again, I know he's not going to blow it up. Okay? No, he's not going to blow it up. But I'm just saying, even if he does blow it up, you got to do it the right way. And I don't even know if I trust him doing that. We got a new sub on here. David 3000. Thanks for coming on here, my guy. I appreciate it. I saw that you were just on Snowman's channel, dude. I've been, I want to check out your content, and I really appreciate you for coming on here. So thank you. Thank you for that. Yes, so let's get to your thoughts down below. Okay, here we go. See what you guys have to say. Hey, Gabe, how are you? Jays or Yankees tonight, Liz wants to know. I'm gonna say Jays, I guess. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna say Jays. What's up, June? Thanks for coming on here, dude. I really appreciate it, seriously. We're on our way to 400 subscribers, so if you guys are new to my channel, please make sure that you like. Please make sure that you subscribe. I've been doing this for 5 months. I finally got that correct. I kept on saying 4 months, like over and over and over again, because I was stuck on that month. But yes. No, but this Sixers team really just does baffle me, and I just kind of wish that Daryl would have came out with a little bit more fire yesterday. Anyway, you look at it, like, you're not going to be happy, but it's just confusing as to where they go from here, who they're going to bring in as the head coach, but even just the deeper problems. Like, you're such a top-heavy team. The only hope for this team is that Tyrese Maxey develops into a star, like, within the next year or so. If they do run this back, Tyrese Maxey is the only brightest thing for the Sixers. And I love Joel Embiid. I really do. I think he's an awesome talent. I just need you to show up when the games really matter. And the one thing that has been tied to, the Sixers losing in the second round is Joel, regardless of if he's injured or not. And when he's high-fiving Jason Tatum and when he's going to the podium and saying that everybody else has to step up too, I don't want to hear that, like, right after the game from my leader of the team, the face of my franchise. I don't want to hear that. You got to be better. It's frustrating. And it's annoying. And I'm also kind of annoyed, too, because I love doing Phillies games. But first of all, the Phillies have been really doing bad lately. And I just wish that the Sixers would have made it at least to one more round so that I didn't have to deal with this. We're going to be calling a lot of baseball games. But for the next 4 months, man, it's going to be long, even though I love baseball. But now that the Phillies are losing, I'm even more mad as a fan. So, anything else before we close things out? Is there anything else that I wrote down? Again, if you guys want to come on here and give your thoughts about the Sixers, I really would appreciate it. You guys can join the voice chat. It's on Discord. If you go to the link down below, okay, it's actually pinned in this chat right now. If you want to talk about the Sixers, please feel free to come on here and just spit out your thoughts and spit out your anger, and because you have every right to be mad. I can't wrap my head around how absent ownership really has been from this whole situation. And it's like Daryl actually had to bring it up to ownership that Doc should have been let go. He said that. I just would like an owner of my team to, want to have the team get better. Like John Middleton. He's been a really nice owner for the Phillies, okay? He's been willing to go over, not just go over, the salary cap in order to put the team in the best position to win and contend for a World Series, but, he talks to the guys. He's I don't know, he cares. He wants to put butts in the seats, and he also understands that if they don't get over a certain hump, that there has to be changes. And he did that with Matt Klentak and with Andy McPhail and all that sort of stuff. Jeffrey Lorie, okay, say what you want about him, but he is really involved with the Eagles. I just feel like Josh Harris is just, not there. And it starts with him, and it starts with everybody at the top. Frustrating and just very annoying. It is. Then I got a little bit more annoyed when Ben Simmons was on his couch and he's posting Instagram photos. I mean, dude, come on. If you were in this situation, we all know what you would do. I really do think that even though he's had some, that the whole thing with mental health with him, I do believe that has been a thing, but I also, in some ways, just feel like he used that to get some money too. I do. Because the only reason why he came back when he was with the Sixers to even practice with them was because of the money. Because he was going to get suspended and lose money if he didn't come back. He never tried. He never wanted to get better. But why are we talking about Ben Simmons? I thought we were past that. Even though my leader of my team, you put up the word accountability once again. It's 5-on-5 basketball, not 2-on-5. What a joke. All right. Well, I think we're going to shut things down. I want to thank you all so much for coming on here, though. Again, though, if you guys want to come on in the future, and if you want to talk about the Sixers and the state of where they are right now, and if you want to talk about the Phillies, whatever we do, whenever we do our Phillies recap cast or whenever we do a Sixers podcast, please make sure that you join the Discord server. Again, it's down below. You can come on and join the conversation by going into the voice chat and just spitting out your thoughts, okay? Because that's what we do on here. And I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Also, okay, if you haven't done so already, make sure you make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell icon if you're on here, if you're on Twitter, Twitch, or on any of the other platforms. Okay, leave me a review down below, like the video, and go follow Play by Play with JJ. And once again, the social media links are down below. They are linked in the LINKTREE, and you can also donate to the channel. Again, you don't have to donate. But if you would like to donate to the channel, please feel free to do so. Okay? I would never say no to that. Thank you all so much for coming on here. I love you all so much. And I will catch you all on the next one. Those Sixers, hopefully they try to get better.